Have you ever thought about creating an alphabet letter coloring page or book for young kids? Maybe you want to sell them or just create something special for your little one. Well, today in this video, I'm going to show you how to get it done in 5 minutes or less with AI. I'll also be sharing the prompt with you so it can help you get things done fast. Make sure you watch until the end because you're going to see how I put it all together. The prompts that we'll be using for this video and more are in a PDF. You can check the description below for more details. So first, we need to create the basic design. I've done my experiments and found that there are 2 main AI tools that can create these type of coloring pages. The first one is Ideogram. I'm gonna write this prompt. Then I'll just go to the settings and change the style to design. I'll also turn the magic prompt off and then make sure I have the right aspect ratio. Next, I'll go to the negative prompt area and add the word color, because I don't want any color in my images. Once you're done with that, just click the generate button. I love this option. I'm just going to go ahead and download it, then we can use it later. Now, you might be saying, this isn't the whole book. Well, we'll be creating the design soon in the next phase. For now, this is the first AI we can use to create this type of coloring page. The second tool is Leonardo Ai. Go to the image generation button. Then I'll choose the model and set everything up. If you want to know more about this, I've created a video about it earlier. You can check it out in the description below. I'm just going to paste the prompt and edit it. The prompt I'm using here is pretty different from the one I used in Ideogram because each AI interprets prompts differently. I'll then click generate. And there we go. I think I like this one over here. So I'm just going to download it, and that's how we can create the basic image. You may be asking, which AI tool is better? The truth is it all boils down to price and use. From what I see, both of them can create these types of kids coloring page. The Ideogram AI plan with privacy mode, which means others can't download your work, is $20 per month. And Leonardo AI with privacy mode is $10 monthly. But if you want to create these coloring pages for personal purpose, then any tool is fine. I have made videos on both tools, so you can check the links in the description below. Now that you understand that, let's put the book together. Head over to canva.com, click on Create a Design, then click Custom Size. Make sure that you change the units to inches, then you can enter any size you want. For this video, I'll use 8.5 in width by 11 in height and create. This is the biggest size of books you can create on Amazon KDP. Next, we have to go and import the coloring pages we downloaded earlier. Now it's time to set up the margins. Margins is the space we add to each page so our design doesn't cut off during printing. I'm just going to go back to File, click on Settings, then select Show Rulers. The size we normally use for margins is 0.375. I'll just drag the ruler and put it on the page. We need to put it on all 4 corners, so I'll use a trick. Go to the Elements section and search for a square. Add it and adjust it to the size of the margin like I am doing here. Then duplicate it and we'll put it on all 4 corners to set up the rulers. Once you're done, you can delete these squares, and now you have your margins. So that is how to set up a basic margin for KDP in Canva. Now let's click on any of the images we created earlier, and just put it on the canvas. Just drag and adjust the size as you need. You don't have to worry about increasing the size because it's black lines, so it will print just fine. Now it's time to start designing the layout with your creativity. I'll go back to Elements and put a dotted line at the bottom so the child can spell out the word and a lot of text. So this is a basic ABC spelling coloring page style design that you can create. I know a lot of people might say, oh, this is too simple. I understand. So I'm going to show you some creative layouts you can do. We're starting from the simplest, and we're going to get more complex designs later. I'm just going to duplicate the page and do another style. This is another great design idea if you want to keep it simple. Now, let's create a fun fact design. Make sure you're not moving the margins, because it can happen sometimes. You can also change the font type if you want. Now, let's create another design layout. This time, I want to do something more creative. After you add text, go over to the fonts option and then search for KG. These are the fonts you're looking for. There are 4 different kinds of fonts here. These are specifically made for creating spelling and ABC books. I'll pick this dotted font so the child can trace the word. Make it bigger and maybe add another text here, just to create a nice design. This is another simple layout idea. Let's now do the more complicated design. I'll go back again using the same KG fonts, the same dotted KG font with lines. This time, we want the child to trace the letter D. So I'm just going to write capital D multiple times with single space. Then I'll duplicate it and make it a lowercase letter d. In this kind of layout, the child has to trace the letters. So this is a tracing alphabet and coloring activity page. This looks good, but let's make something more creative. I'm going to write the name out and make it vertical by shrinking it. Then I'll add the tracing text again. I'm going to use a ruler to make sure they're on the same line and write the same letter. I'll also repeat it with the letter O and G. Once I'm done, I'll adjust them, making sure everything is equal. You can use the letter spacing and line spacing settings at the top to make sure everything is properly aligned, like I'm doing here. Then I'll group everything and put them in the middle. This is another different kind of design you can make with this idea, to make it look even more professional. I'm just going to add a border element, and then place everything inside the lines. You can see now this looks very professional and it stands out. And you can get this done in 5 minutes with creative thinking. So let's do a 2-page layout. On the first page, I'm going to use the image. I'll write a simple text. For the second page, I'll add the tracing letter, then duplicate it multiple times. This is just another design idea. It depends on how creative you want to be. If you're creating a coloring book where there will be 2 pages open, this idea will work. 1 page for tracing, 1 page for coloring. Let me show you one last complex design layout. I'll use the letters below. Then add the image at the top corner. Put a line here for the kid to write on. And just adjust the entire design. If you want, you can also add a border to frame the page nicely. If you're having issues with margins, it's okay to remove it, then you can add it back again. So here are all the design layouts we made. You can choose whichever one works for your needs. Once you are done with creating all your pages, you should click on the Share button, then click Save. Select PDF. Make sure you check on Flooding. This means that everything on the pages will be locked so it doesn't move when you upload it to places like KDP. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you subscribe. The PDF prompts collections are in the link in the description below. Make sure to check that out. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment and I will definitely respond. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.